Hello everybody, Mark Niemi here, the owner of the Michigan Panthers, here to bring you all our Week 8 USFL Fantasy Football League highlights. I want to start off by saying that as a participant in 8 different fantasy football leagues, I know, I've got a problem. Some people hoard cats. I can't say no to fantasy football invites. I don't always get a chance to participate as much as I would in some of our chats, but I always follow along and watch all the videos. So thanks to everybody who keeps that going and makes this league a little bit more fun. I also want to say that this is the most interesting league that I've probably ever been involved in, from the 20-team format to our scoring system. We've got something special going on here, so I definitely want to give thanks to Ray and Kyle and everybody else doing some of the behind-the-scenes work. I always say that if you ran a fantasy football league the way that Roger Goodell runs the NFL, with arbitrary decisions that are sometimes cloaked in secrecy, everybody would quit before they paid their dues. But for that, I want to thank Ray for everything that he's done and putting a great league together here. He also might want to dust off that resume, because I think there might be a certain shield that's looking for a new leader in New York City here pretty soon. On to the Week 8 highlights. I'm going to start off with my game, the Michigan Panthers against John's Chicago Blitz. John dealt me a heartbreaking defeat by 1/10 of a point, 24.6 to 24.5, which is definitely the closest loss I've ever suffered in fantasy football history. No shame in that, though. John has a very good team there that he's put together, although he is going to be writing the soap opera that's known as Ezekiel Elliott versus Roger Goodell for the rest of the season. So we'll see if Zeke's legal team can pull off a victory for John. Randy's Orlando Renegades also eked out a 1/10 of a point victory over Henry's Birmingham Stallions, thanks to the dreaded goose egg from Torrey Smith that ended up costing Henry a victory. Thomas's Jacksonville Bulls had a little bit more breathing room with a 2/10 of a point victory over the Memphis Showboats, 26.1 to 25.9. Those are 2 pretty solid scores there that would typically win you a game every week, but unfortunately these 2 were forced to battle it out against each other, and somebody had to lose the game. Paul's Houston Gamblers crushed Tampa Bay and Bandit Ball 27.7 to 20.7, thanks to DeAndre Hopkins' monster game. In another close one, Matthew's New Jersey Generals eked out a victory over Jason's Portland Breakers 18.3 to 17.3. Jake's San Antonio Gunslingers upset Kyle's Oklahoma City Outlaws 23.5 to 15.5. It wasn't a difference maker, but Kyle might want to consider starting Deshaun Watson every week. And if he doesn't have a need for him, I'd gladly take him off your hands, buddy. The Oakland Vader, Jay, defeated David's Denver Gold 24.1 to 18.4. With David apparently electing to go defensive playerless, perhaps wanting to keep some of his bench players from hitting the waiver wire. Terry's New York City Hitmen improved to 4-4 with a 22.5 to 17.2 win over Philadelphia Stars, with John leaving Juju Smith-Schuster on his bench. I know that's a tough decision to make there. I don't know if anybody was making the call to go with Juju in their starting lineup, but Dante Moncrief, who was in his starting lineup in his place, laid a golden goose egg, and that turned out to be the difference in this one. Finally, Joey's LA Express took down Kevin's Arizona Wranglers 22.4 to 20.1, but unfortunately Joey's going to be looking for a new tight end after Zach Miller's gruesome knee injury. As a football fan, I know none of us like to see those types of things happen, so I'm sure we're all thinking about Zach Miller, whether or not he's ever to resume playing again. We hope he gets his use of his leg back and sees better days. Anyways, guys, it was great being able to put this together for you, and I look forward to interacting with all of you as the season goes on and years continue. Good luck.